Hello and welcome from the centre of Sharjah industrial area. There's a guy on his bike, look. Yeah, welcome to episode 3 of the 997 drift build, which today we're going to reveal the colour, which I haven't seen with my own eyes, except Sammy just showed me the video of it in the car on the way up here, so it's kind of ruined it a little bit. But we're going to reveal the colour of the car. We're going to talk about the colour choice of the car. Sammy's laughing because he knows the story about this. And then Reese will go through the engine build. Oh, Raju, how are you? I've probably seen it 3 times now by accident, but it does look. I'll tell you what, is it being sanded yet? But it's funny, where the light hits, it's an entirely different colour on the front to the rear. Massively different. I'm sure you've seen the cinematics. I don't know if the cinematic is going to pick up, but the colour is Rubenstone red, which is an original Porsche colour. It's like the way I said Porsche there, Sammy. It's Porsche. Porsche. Sound like a Porsche. Cut that bit out. So it's Rubenstone red, and I think one of the most interesting things so far that I can see with my eyes, I don't know if it would translate on camera, is that the colour looks completely different in different sections where there is light and where there isn't. So it's kind of almost like kind of pink when the light's hitting it, but when it's dark it kind of becomes like a darker kind of more almost like purple or pink. So yeah, not sure if the Porsche purists will be happy with this one, but hey, it is what it is. But it does look really good. I'm surprised. The storyline behind this was, I don't know if you want to publish this, but Sultan, did I travel somewhere, Sammy? I don't know. I was away. Sultan, I was busy. Let's just say I was busy, and I didn't check the WhatsApp group for a few days, and I thought there was a joke that Sultan was making about painting the car tan. And then when I stopped being busy and checked the group properly, I thought that he was joking, and he wasn't. Anyway, I think the plan was to paint this Rubenstone all along, and I'm glad he's went with it. I hope the cinematics do it justice. I think now it's being cut because there's some issues during paint with a bit of dust. But at the end of the day, this is a drift car. This shouldn't be a show car, even though I think Sultan's trying to give it that kind of a treatment. But yeah, it does look good, that's for sure. Sammy, do you approve? Yeah. Sammy's like the least dramatic person as well. So yeah, I mean, the funny thing is that we are really less than 3 weeks away before this needs to go on a plane. I don't know if Sultan's said, but we are trying to meet a deadline which has now been brought forward from Adam LZ's LZ Fest. I don't think I'm going to say the name of the show, just in case we don't make it. I'm still sceptical. I'm sure if you ask Reese, he thinks the same. But when this is done, hope it's going to look good. My problem is, and I don't know if I've said this to Sultan, is we don't have that much time to make it look good. Like, I really wish we had time to really fix the styling on this, to do like a decent livery, to make sure that there's enough other elements of colours to break up this Rubenstone red, because there's going to be a lot of it. Go on, lad, send it. Go on. Anyway, so like I said, I really wish we had more time to figure out the styling of this. I don't know if anyone's followed the Aston from its previous builds. I wouldn't say styling, but there was exhaust issues. First of all, because the exhaust was running through the body kit and that was catching fire. But the styling of the Aston has changed on multiple occasions. And where it sits today, I think it looks great. But that's come with time. So yeah, me being me, I really wish we had more time. And yeah, this is pretty much 3 weeks away from when it's meant to get on a plane. We're not going to say which event it's trying to go to. But the best thing is, as well, is that Sultan has done a disappearing act and gone on holiday, right? So yeah, clearly he's not concerned. I have seen this before with the E92. I think that the timelines are pretty short on that. Yeah, But anyway, I just want people to know this is, even though these videos are coming out after we've done this, yeah, this is 3 weeks away. There'll be some stressful nights, and clearly Sultan's not stressed because he's on holiday in London at the moment. So yeah. So cue some more cinematics of the rear subframe. But black is going to be, I think, the biggest contrasting colour in this build. Wheels are definitely black. I'm not sure what we're doing for lips yet, but I presume they'll be polished or chromed. I think polish is probably going to be the better way if you ask me. But yeah, black is going to play a big part of this, I believe. The bash bars are already done. Has the Weiss fab been re-powder coated? Yeah. So yeah, everything is going to be black on ruby stone. But yeah, like I said, I really wish we had more time to do the styling. These things take a bit of time and testing. Unfortunately, someone believes everything can be done overnight. So yeah, and we are literally 3 weeks away before this car has to leave in a running state. And here's the shell. That's all. It's been painted. It's currently being polished. Rest of the kit not been painted yet. I can see the engine. Don't want to show it yet because that's for Reese to go through. But currently the engine's semi-assembled. Yeah, and to me there still seems like there's a lot of work. 3 weeks, no problem? No problem? 100%? Okay. Raju says 3 weeks, no problem. It needs to be somewhere by the 2nd of June. And it needs to leave 8 days before that. And today is the 10th of May. So it is less than 3 weeks, just. Anyway, let's see. Nothing to do with me. Car looks nice. I actually really like the colour. Looks really good under the light. But 3 weeks, let's see. Anyway, hand this over to Reese because that bit. Oh, no, film. Yeah, hand over to Reese. Done.
Okay, so we've just got our engine block back from the local machine shop. We've just freshened it up. There was nothing wrong with it before, but we've just made sure that it's a nice clean platform to start off the Porsche engine build with. It's a stock LS3. Rotating assembly is completely stock as well. Stock crank, pistons are stock. We'll be running Manley piston rings. We'll be running a set of coated bearings, just a Millings oil pump to make sure everything's coated. Some comp cam push rods. We've also got the heads back from the machine shop. What we've done a larger intake and a larger exhaust valves, as well as decked them, cleaned them up a little bit, so it should handle what we want it to do. Camshaft, what we're running is Texas Speed Stage 2. Nothing too spicy, but definitely a little bit of the chop rating. Okay, we'll also be running a whole set of GM front cover, GM parts, GM timing chain assembly, bunch of different sensors and valves, everything stock from GM. One part at the moment we're in a bit of strife with is the fact that we've got the wrong damper. At the moment we've got a supercharger one where we're not running any boost on this application. We're going to try and figure it out. We're running GM hydraulic lifters, nothing special. We're going to be running Livenois titanium valve retainer set. Okay, so it's dual spring and all the different retainer springs. We're running XL spark plug wires. We found in the past that they work quite nicely, especially in high heat and high demand applications. Iridium NGK spark plugs. We're all Sultan's builds, we run these and they seem to work flawlessly. We've got a full seal set. I mean, we do this almost every season for all the different engines. So a complete set of seals that the guys will slap into the engine. As far as the fuel cell and fuel system is concerned, we're running aftermarket Holley fuel rails because the fuel system at the moment that Sultan is designing is going to have triple pump. So it's going to have a single pump for the surge system, which is completely custom that Sultan's building at the moment, as well as 2 feed pumps. The pumps themselves are just stock Walbro 450s. In the past, for the LS Austin as well as the Corvette, these are the pumps that we run. We've never had any issues with them. Sultan also likes to run dual water pump. So one is going to be a stock assembly GM water pump, We normally run a Miso water pump, but at the moment we're going to give the EWP Davies Craig version a run, just to make sure that cooling is as efficient as possible in this application. We're going to be running stock GM tensioners, pulleys, these kind of things. Coils are LS3, LS7 coils, nothing special. We don't run anything crazy aftermarket. These work. We've had no issues in the past in any of the cars that is built, so no reason why they won't work this time, right? Okay, the battery that we're going to be running is the XS Performance battery. We've run these in a couple of builds before. We've had no issues with them. They're light enough and definitely have the cranking amps required. Up front, everything Sultan's going to look on is going to be on this AM screen. The screen itself, we've mounted nicely. Custom dash, we'll go into that in a later part of the video. All of these parts at the moment are basically ready for assembly. We are waiting at the moment for a couple of small parts that we're flying in from Summit, namely the head studs. We couldn't find any locally, so as soon as we get those, we should have a video for you guys on the guys in the workshop assembling the full engine. All right, so previously I said we were running stock pistons. Unfortunately, we're not right now. The piston rings that we got were the wrong size. We can't find the right size locally, so in true Store 17 fashion, we got new pistons. Hassan here got the right pistons from Abu Dhabi that Sultan wants to run now. So now we're getting the guys to fully assemble the engine, which you're going to see shortly in this time lapse.